Canada, if you're looking for some inspiration this morning for heartwarming stories about real people making a real difference, we've got a few to share with you, 15 to be exact, and they're all in the pages of this new book. Everyday Hockey Heroes, features firsthand accounts of people doing their best to help others, to give back, defying the odds both on and off the ice. And who better to bring all these stories together than hockey insider Bob McKenzie. Bob, good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Good. It's a pleasure to have you in studio. My husband's a big fan and we watch a lot. So.
Oh, great to be here. Thank you very much.
Excited to talk to you. You've written a couple of the stories within the book, but it's the dedication of the book that I wanted to start with. Can you share who you dedicated the book to and why?
Well, the book is dedicated to Jonathan Pitre, known as the Butterfly Child, and to the Humboldt Broncos organization, which, of course, went through that terrible tragedy last spring. And the reason that Jonathan Pitre and the Humboldt Broncos are woven in to the introduction is because I was at this point in the book where I had to write an introduction, and I was kind of looking for some inspiration. And it came in the worst possible form because the very premature death of a really inspiring young man like Jonathan Pitre, whose story went viral in Canada with the dreaded disease EB, and his fight against that, and the Humboldt Bronco crash all happened within the space of about 48 hours. And it struck me that these people, the Humboldt Broncos organization and the tragedy they went through, as well as Jonathan, those were the values and sort of the shared values of hockey, and there's obviously a deep connection with Jonathan and the Ottawa Senators in the NHL. So I just thought that that was a good way to get into these stories, because these stories are also about people that have had to overcome tremendous adversity and go through, in some cases, very tragic consequences, but they give back and they've got this great sense of community.
Speaking of adversity, I want to share a photo in the book. So Kevin Brown, his life was changed with the swipe of a skate blade, and I think a lot of us can remember that moment. You can see the moments right before the skate made contact with him. It's featured right here in your book. So tell me about his story.
Well, Kevin Brown was lining a junior C game in Woodstock and went to break up a fight in the third period. And as the picture illustrates, skate went up and severed his carotid artery, and catastrophic results because of that. He ultimately ended up having a stroke, a horrendous stroke. He had a craniotomy where he had to have his skull removed to allow for the swelling in the brain. Literally spent months in hospital and rehabilitation, and his life obviously has been forever altered. But I think Kevin is a guy, and I got to know him a little bit over time, and I was just inspired by how he handled all of this adversity and continues to fight the good fight every day and really personify what we call a lot of traditional hockey values. And I just thought it was a remarkable story. And when Simon & Schuster came to me and asked me to do the book, there was no question in my mind that one of the stories I wanted to tell for sure was Kevin's, because I just think he's a remarkable guy.
Bob, there's so many remarkable stories in the book. I mean, I'm going through my notes here. We've got Brock McGillis. You've got Karina Potvin, a teacher who you feature, Wayne Simmons. The book is an incredible read heading into the Christmas season, so we're so thankful that you can share those stories. I couldn't have you in today, though, without asking about Nylander.
I knew I was going to get that.
I'm just sneaking. I'm showering you with praise and sneaking it in.
No problem.
So do you have any info you can share with us?
You know what? The people hate to hear this, but the process continues. I mean, the Toronto Maple Leafs want to sign William Nylander. I presume William Nylander wants to sign with the Toronto Maple Leafs. They've got till 5 p.m. on Saturday to get a contract done. If they don't, he can't play in the National Hockey League for the rest of the season. This is unprecedented. This has never happened before with the CBA in this December 1st deadline. No player has ever gone this close to the edge. And so they're talking back and forth. The contract's not done. They're trying to get it done. If it doesn't get done, then one of two things happens. Either he gets traded or he sits out the rest of the year, and the Leafs lose the benefit of what he means to the lineup or what he would get in a trade. So, just stay tuned, because it's an ongoing process. And I suspect both sides anticipate one side or the other might blink before the deadline on Saturday.
We'll be following that closely. Bob, thank you so much and congratulations.
Awesome.
On the book.
Thanks for having me.
The book is Everyday Hockey Heroes. We'll be right back.